here they were. Yeah. Oh, back before this video starts, I just wanted to say thank you yet again for everything. This channel has been a passion of mine for a while, and personally, I find it very fun to do videos. But for this, I have still a few things to say. I know my postings have been kind of off recently for the past maybe few months. Busy with other things in life. But also, YouTube. There's a lot of stuff going on with YouTube and creator strikes. And a lot of that going around. And it's like concerning for a lot of creators. And I've kind of noticed that also. And then sometimes YouTube will just be glitchy. And literally, it has me concerned. I know I might not get like a creator strike and all. But it's still a nervous thing that a lot of us creators are kind of worried about. Generally, I should be fine. But also, YouTube has been glitchy for me recently. Anytime I try to upload a video, it'll go through for a while, or it would just continue uploading for days on end. And I'll check it and it'll be like weird. And it'll just be pending. Or it would upload and there would be no audio. And then I have to go back, check it again, or redo it, or fix the audio. And it's kind of annoying. I generally just thought about like figuring something else out, but then I was like, I should probably try something else. So I'll try to get part 1 and 2 out because I know they're not in the channel because clearly YouTube has some sort of grudge against me. I don't know why. But eventually I will get to that. And second, Godzilla Minus Zero's trailer has popped out. I know I'm late, but wow. That trailer is just wow. I'll discuss it probably on the short and just rant about it for a while. And generally saying, it has a lot of secrets in that trailer. And I'm going to try to find out each and every last secret. You can say I'll be a film theorist, if you catch my drift. Because it's a Godzilla movie and I'm a fan of Godzilla. Never mind. Terrible joke. But it was a nice attempt, but I should probably get back to the main topic and the reason why you all are here. And also, subscribe to the channel, please. Hit that bell icon. That helps me. It's me, and it helps you to get more videos out. And it helps me stay motivated. And please do comments. And also, I have been catching up on The Boys, so prepare for a what if Guts was in Berserk? What if Guts was in The Boys universe very soon? Because that might not just be a one-shot. That'll be a whole series. And I think I'm going to enjoy that one. But enjoy. Here they were. They arrived. But finally, the team stood upon the door. They were all here. Every last one of them. Or supposedly. The blonde looked. He blinked and saw several people that were familiar. And quite literally, he was shocked. He saw, well, Shikamaru, and Choji here. Surprisingly, he didn't really think they were going to take this exam. But should he really be surprised? No, he probably shouldn't. And it was something interesting. One thing for Naruto to see the team, and then the rest of the whole group arrived. All of the group. They were all there. All of them. Shino and Hinata, Kiba, Inuzuka, and then that Hyuga guy and Rock Lee and Tenten. Neji was his name, right? The blonde proceeded to process that. He was still a jerk. Yeah, obviously, he can tell. But he was not going to stick around and find out. No, sir. He was going to be smart about it. And there's that creepy red-haired guy from earlier. The one that almost choked out Konohamaru. And his brother. The guy with the weird face paint. Yeah, him. The blonde scout, remembering he was a jerk also. And his somewhat chill sister. They were sand shinobi. So that made sense. For they're from the hidden desert. Or the village hidden in the sand. She proceeded to shrug. Kiba proceeded to walk forward, smirking. Well, I didn't think we were going to see all of you here. And your big new team. I'm surprised he even passed. Kiba proceeded to look at them all. And the other Kiba. I see you're still sticking around. Kiba proceeded to smile. Of course. I see you're still kicking, aren't you? You betcha. I'll prove that I'm the only good guy here to be called Kiba. Sasuke proceeded to roll his eyes, not really paying attention to this nuisance. As all the others proceeded to gather around each other, Shikamaru proceeded to notice the blonde's new attire. The trench coat and the large sword and the two weird things on his back. What are those? He see a gesture. The blonde proceeded to blink, looking at Shikamaru. Huh? He proceeded to notice his eyes upon the two pistols on his, in the holsters. He proceeded to pull them out, looking. Oh, these? Just ebony and ivory. Ino proceeded to raise an eyebrow. Weird names to call them. Hey, they're custom made, the blonde simply says. And they're great weapons. Kiba proceeded to roll his eyes. Yeah, what do they do, idiot? If you would like to kindly know, they shoot. Shoot what? Rocks? He proceeded to snicker. Hinata proceeded to look interested, looking at the weapons. No, they don't shoot rocks. They shoot bullets. The blonde proceeded to look around. How about there? He proceeded to point ivory, firing. The loud bang went off. Everyone turned towards the sound. And the glass shattered completely. As the bullet flew through the window and continued to fly. To wherever it went. Kiba proceeded to look, looking at the gun. The hell is that? Some sort of ninja weapon? New ninja weapon? No, just artillery fire. The blonde proceeded to smirk. And you can say, I got in quite good with them, actually. I'm a gunslinger. He proceeded to grin proudly. Hinata proceeded to nervously and quietly say, "You seem strong now." The blonde proceeded to notice her, proceeding to smile. "Yup, strong is an understatement, but I'm the strongest." The Uchiha proceeded to roll his eyes. "Stronger than me?" "Hardly." The blonde paused. "I'm pretty sure I am. Do you have two weapons? Because I think I have an edge on you." The Uchiha simply smirked. "Do you think you could really beat me? I'm faster than you." The blonde scowled. "I'm stronger than you, physically." The two proceeded, eyes narrowed on each other. "You two seem to be wearing trench coats," as Shikamaru says. "What's up with that and the swords?" Tente proceeded to look more interested. She proceeded to look at Yamato. "This one looks elegant. Or refined. Looks like it's been taken care of." The Uchiha proceeded to hold the blade tighter. "It's important and powerful. And hands off. It's not merchandise." She proceeded to back off, noticing the tension in his voice. All right, fine." And she proceeded to look at rebellion upon his back. "Can you even carry that thing?" "Can I carry this?" He proceeded to pull out the blade, pulling out the large blade. The great sword was massive, bigger than him, and yet it seemed to fit so comfortably that it didn't bother him at all. He proceeded to wave it around with one arm. Everyone was shocked. Kiba proceeded to say, "How are you?" "Wave it around like nothing?" "Oh, I'm just a chosen wielder." "Chosen?" "Yeah, they're really, really special blades. Me and the teammate got chosen. So, it's what's up." Kiba proceeded to say, "You... Alright, then let me try. Sure, I can carry it." It's not probably going to happen," as Issei simply said. "It's a lot heavier than it looks. It only works for them." Yeah, we'll see about that." The blonde offered the blade to him. He took the hilt, and then the weight doubled. No, tripled. Kiba struggled to keep it up at all. How are you carrying this? It's almost like it weighs 50 kilos. The blonde simply shrugged. "Like I said, chosen wielder. So, you give up?" "No way. If you can carry it, so can I." He tried lifting it up, but the weight seemed to double. But at his attempt, you can't carry it, can you? The blonde simply smiled, smirking. "Fine. Here, just take it back." He took the blade, lifting up with ease. Ino proceeded to say, "Well, that's actually surprising." She turned towards Sasuke, but I'm sure Sasuke's much stronger. Sakura proceeded to boast. "Of course his Sakura is much stronger." "Huh?" The boss simply said, looking towards Sakura. "What are you talking about? I'm stronger. I literally have two weapons. Rebellion and Ivory and Ebony." "Ivory and Ebony? What are you talking about?" Sakura proceeded to look at him. "No offense. Naruto, yes, you might have a bigger arsenal, but you're kind of reckless with it." "I make it work, though." Riz proceeded to shrug. "You both are equal. You both have amazing skills within sword masters, and you both have your own strength in each category. Can we just end this conversation?" "Touche," the boss said, saying quietly. "You two seem to have an interesting camaraderie." They all turning towards this guy, this silver-haired teen with glasses. Who are you?" as Shikamaru simply said. His eyes narrowed. Something about this guy was off. "Oh, my name is Kabako Kushiki. And I kind of couldn't help but overhear you guys were talking about each other and your skills." Yeah. And as Issei proceeded to look at him strangely. Well, I do have these cards that have information about people. Their eyes all proceeded to look at him, then look back at each other. The Uchiha proceeded to step forward. Alright. Show me Gara of the Sand. Gara of the Sand. He proceeded to pull out a card. The card having chakra within it, and it revealed information. About 13 years old. He's been on several A ranks. At least 6 to 8 A ranks. 5 S ranks. 2 B ranks. And 0 C ranks. And he has completed all of those missions entirely. In that order. And has been never wounded a single bit. Everyone's eyes narrowed immediately. You mean he's never been hurt? Like, at all? As Kiba proceeds to say, I find it hard to believe. Shino proceeds to say, it's strange. Everyone has some sort of weakness, but yet you're saying that this one, he didn't get hurt at least once. Nope. The Uchiha proceeded to look more interested. Alright. How about those sound shinobi over there? He just gestured towards Zaku. He proceeded to look at the card. Zaku of the Hidden Sound Village. He has several C ranks, 2 B ranks, and 4 A ranks. He's known for his sound attacks. Watch out for the gauntlet hold upon his wrist, around his arm. He focuses sound through there. But if you ask me, you don't really want to get involved with them. They're quite irritable. Seems like you have a personal bias, the blonde said. No, it's just they're troublesome. Alright, Kiba says. How about you give me information upon Naruto Uzumaki? He proceeded to grin, thinking that Naruto didn't really have that many skills. The card proceeded to reveal some things. Naruto Uzumaki, getting on the Hidden Leaf Village, completed at least 60 D ranks. Achieved the high A rank jutsu. Also has gone on a A rank mission. And not really much has been said, but also supposedly he has a order of a power, or of a red gauntlet, and rebellion. His whole team proceeded to freeze. The power of a red gauntlet was classified. How did he have that information? Sasuke's eyes immediately narrowed. His katana was Yamato was already drawn, aiming as it was pointed at him. How do you know that one? Kabuto proceeded to lift up his hands and proceeded to say, well, this is all known information. Hey, chill out, Kiba says. Not everything on the paper is true. Ruth's eyes narrowed. No, it is all true. Every single one of it. That's the concerning part. Even parts that was meant to be a secret you know about. How do you know about the gauntlet? Kabuto's eyes proceeded to stretch around. She said, well, there's a few rumors going around. You know, the blonde got a gauntlet. It's just a few rumors. It's not really confirmed. But I'm by your words, I'm assuming it is. The blonde's eyes narrowed. Yeah. You can say that, but it's nothing crazy. He proceeded to lie, not trusting this guy one bit. His instincts were telling him he was off. DJ proceeded to speak. Be wary of this one. He seems off. Two-Face. I will. This guy's off. Definitely. I don't trust him. Good. The dragon said in his mind. Keep an eye out. Don't let down your guard one bit. Soccer proceeded to say, maybe he's right. Maybe there are some rumors going around. Duchia's eyes narrowed, turning towards his teammate, looking at her. Then he lowered Udamato just enough, putting it back within his sheath. Fine. His captain proceeded to sigh. Sorry about that. I can understand where you might come from. Strange information, maybe some true, some false. I get it. That's something to be nervous about. And a lot of times, the tuning exams are like that. You seem like you know about it a lot, Shikamaru simply says. Yeah, because I've done this about multiple times. Multiple, the blonde said. How many? About 8. I was your eyes watering. You've done this 8 times and you've never passed once? You proceed to rub the back of his head. Let's just say most of the time I'm pretty good. But then when the second part comes in, it gets quite intense. The group proceeded to turn. All of the teens, preteens and teens looking at each other. Shinobi proceeded to speak up. So, you just suck then. Kabuto proceeded to switch up. When you put it like that, yeah. It seems like someone needs training, Irina simply said quietly. Issei proceeded to nod. Major training. But then someone proceeded to enter the room, gathering all their attention. All right, you maggots. Settle down to your seats. The beginning of the first part of the tuning exams has begun. All proceeded to head to seats. Seats not that they're assigned to them, but just sitting random places. T70 decided to stick close within 3 rows. The blonde sitting between Rios and Hinata as he proceeded to simply tap his pencil. So repeatedly listening as Akano proceeded to be on Rios' left while Naruto's on the right. She proceeded looking at the rest of her team. Sasuke was further in the front in the first row with Azia. Sakura within the middle. Behind him with Issei and Kaneko. And behind her would be Kiba with Irina and Genovia and Gasper. They're all pretty much dispersed. But they were at least close enough. DeBlanc kept tapping his paper. He was getting impatient. All right. My name is Ibiki. And you all are here for the tuning exams. To put it frank and blunt, y'all took too long to quiet down. 10 seconds. A whole minute of chattering. But who am I to say? I'm here to test you, and that's simple. So, here it is. He proceeded to lift up a paper. This is your first part of the exam. To pass and finish this test. All of them proceeded to pause. A test? Sakura proceeded to think. That sounds easy, but Ria's proceeding to finish with her. She was thinking, why a test? Now, here are the rules. You can't cheat on. Here are the rules. All of you must pass with. If your team wants to pass, all of you must pass with flying colors. If you're caught cheating, your team is eliminated. If one person is caught, your team is eliminated. Got it? And in the last question, I will give myself. But I still need to look at them all. But until then, good luck. You have about an hour. Everyone picked up their own pencils and started to write. All of them proceeding to start writing. As they were all writing, the blonde proceeded to scratch his head. The hell is all this stuff? Math, geometry. The blonde proceeded to remember. He wasn't really good in anything else but ninja work. How is he supposed to do this? The angle to a degree to show kunai's throw? How the heck was he supposed to know that? He proceeded to rub his head, trying to figure this out. Sakura proceeded to get it easily, and the rest of her team was, well, sort of on the same page. Sasuke was simply just copying using his Sharingan. Sakura noticed that Rios was just simply answering. She was smart enough to understand, so was Akano. Most of the girls could. Even Ozzy was able to understand it. But Issei was having a bit of trouble also. But Kiba was helping him. He also could understand it, but he was helping his teammate. Discreetly, of course. And then there was Naruto, who probably didn't understand a single thing about it. She was worried that he was probably going to flunk the test for everybody. But then how was she supposed to help him? Everyone was cheating. It was obvious. Rios understood the moment that the rules were placed. Seemingly, if you were caught cheating, you were eliminated. Your whole team. But they didn't say you couldn't cheat. They just say you can't get if you're caught. So that gives the option that if you can cheat. She proceeded to look towards Naruto. She noticed him struggling. Akano proceeded to notice also upon her left. She simply nodded, understanding the idea. The two proceeded to nod at each other, and then with a second, their hands glowed lightly with magic energy, and the blonde's paper was starting to fill up with answers. He proceeded to blink and then noticed her hands. It was filling off the answers. He looked a little confused. Rouge proceeded to nod simply, then he simply decided, well, might as well act natural. They're helping me cheat? Why? He proceeded to hear Drake proceed to speak with his mind. It's obvious. He literally just said if you're caught cheating, you'll be disqualified. Yeah, if you're caught cheating. Exactly, so that means you can cheat. What? We can? Yes. He never said he couldn't cheat. He just said if you're caught. The Bond proceeded to realize, then looking around closely to see most of everyone here that he knew was cheating. Wait a minute. Then he really thought about it. As a shinobi, you're supposed to get information. Information's received and given. It doesn't really matter where you get the information from. He realized one of the first parts of the test. Information gathering. That wasn't so hard, I guess. But then, why? It was a comfortable 30 minutes in. They were doing pretty well, actually. Pretty comfortably, to say the least. And there are several teams that, yes, were caught cheating and eliminated. Ibiki proceeded to say, pencils up. As all proceeded to stop. Alright, you all had enough time. About almost 30 minutes in. Almost an hour. So we can just skip this. Now, for the last part. He looked over them all, looking at them closely. But I do have to say this. If you take this question and you fail it, you can never, I mean never, take the tuning exams again. Everyone proceeded to pause after hearing that. If they fail this question, they can never take the tuning exams again. They can never rank up. But if you decide to quit, you'll be able to take it another next year. But you'll have to wait a year and go through this whole process yet again. It's all up to your choice. Now you decide whatever you want. But once this happens, you and your team leaves. Some other team proceeded to get up. The ones that were cowardly got up, obviously. Each team proceeded to panic slightly. That was quite actually reasonable, supposedly. If he can say reasonable. And then the next thing was the blonde's hand was raised. Everyone in his team proceeded to be surprised. Sokka's eyes narrowed. The hell was he doing? And then he slammed his hand down. He rose up and proceeded to shout. Yeah, whatever. That's nice and all, but let's move this on, alright? Just give us a question so we can answer this. I need this if I'm going to become Hokage in the future. Ibiki's eyes narrowed. If you think I'm just going to stop here and just quit, you're wrong. I don't care how long it takes. I will become Hokage. Even if it means I have to be a Genin to get there. I'll make it happen. They all proceeded to pause, looking at him. Really looking at him. Anybody else? Nobody else proceeded to move. Nobody else said anything. It seemed like the blonde's words proceeded to give them confidence. All right. You all pass. Well, what? You all pass. We just proceed to process this. Each paper seemed to be confused. Like, how did we pass? It's quite simple. You made a decision that would go through what I said, even if that means elimination. In the shinobi world, that is a tactic used to scare the unknown. But as shinobi, we face the unknown every day. Every time you go out for a mission, you face the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen, nor do you know you're going to come back. The first part of the test was information gathering. You gather information, period. It doesn't matter where you've gotten it. As long as you gather the information and pass it down to somebody else for a higher power and it gets to the highest level of power, then you complete your mission. It's simple. This world goes on a system, and that system evolves information. It's the most valuable thing anyone can get. You have the right information, you'll go a lot of places. Congratulations, you passed. Y'all proceeded to blink once, twice. They actually passed. Keeper proceeded to grin. Akamaru yelped in enjoyment. You know, if that was so bad, he proceeded to simply say, crossing his arms. Hinata proceeded to smile. Naruto yet again gave everyone the confidence to continue. The boy she cared about was growing stronger every day, and yet he seemed to be getting farther from her. She wants to stand by his side, but yet it seems like he already has people to do so for him. She looked at the girls on his team. She thought that Sakura was already a problem to try to get him to understand her feelings, but well, those other girls, they're close to him. They know him. Maybe intimately, maybe more. She wanted that, but she can't. She don't proceed to say, Hinata, are you alright? She proceeded to blink. I'm fine. She said softly, I'm fine. He proceeded to simply nod. Everyone proceeded to chatter to themselves. Rios proceeded to turn towards the blonde, and turning towards him. That was quite reckless for you to do. Akira proceeded to smile. What can I say? Our loudmouth blonde really gave us the confidence boost that we needed. The blonde proceeded to grin. What can I say? I do well what I do. Wait, what do you mean by that? Rios simply smiled. You're the moral compass here. To be straightforward, you keep us all in line. You're basically the glue. The blonde proceeded to blink once, twice, thinking about it. Maybe he was the glue. He did connect to them all, in some shape or way. Then the window shattered. All of them turning towards it to see a black figure, and then a banner posted up on the board. The sexy Anko Metarashi. The blonde proceeded to sweat drop. The heck was that about? Then he saw a woman in her early to mid-20s proceeded to stand. Trench coat, brown trench coat, and fishnets say, all right, you little craps. You seem to pass, and she proceeded to blink and started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, Ibiki. Have you gotten soft? Because that's a lot of teams you allowed to pass. I haven't gotten soft. This generation is just a lot better than I thought it was. Uncle proceeded to smirk. I have to say, you've done a lot recently. She proceeded to smile. All right, maggots, you all passed. Good job. But now for the second part. Me. Follow me out. It's time for your second part of the tuning exams. She proceeded to grin. Then she leaped out the window. Reese's eyes narrowed. The blonde proceeded to say, well, that was something. But she was kind of exposed. Don't worry about it, she simply said. Say, she seemed more sterner than before. As they all proceeded to head out, Issa proceeded to grin. Well. Look at that bombshell. Another babe I can probably visit. And those fishnets. He proceeded to grin pervertedly. Ooh, I bet they all look so good. Before he can say anything else, Kanako proceeded to punch him in the gut. Watch it. Oh, why did you do that? You're losing yourself. Ah. They arrived for where she was, and there's a large, terrifying, scary forest behind her with a fence in front of it. She proceeded to grin, smiling. Well, here we are. And welcome to the forest of death. She proceeded to smile. They all proceeded to looking into the forest. Forest of Death. Issei proceeded to shiver. I don't like that name. Should never proceed to raise an eyebrow. Interesting name to choose it by. I don't know. We're gonna proceed to notice something crawling in one of the branches. It's giving me the creeps. The blonde proceeded to blink once, twice, rolling his eyes. Wow, look at that. He proceeded to mock. Here we are, maggots. Look to the forest of death. As the kunai proceeded whizzed by, cutting his cheek, the blonde proceeded to freeze, blinking once, twice, then felt someone behind him. And look what we have here. Fresh meat. He proceeded to slowly turn his head, looking at the woman. She was at his shoulder, and she proceeded to lick his cheek, the same cheek that she just cut with the kunai that she threw, licking the blood in. The blonde, she had a red face. What the? He was having a moment. Issei proceeded to watch. He had tears falling down his face. That lucky bastard. Keeper proceeded to shake his head. Of course, in your moments, Issei, you can't make everything but perverted. I wish that was me. And then someone was behind Anko. She immediately turned her, pulling out another kunai, looking at them, and then proceeded to say, "Oh, Grasnin, thank you. No problem. You dropped your kunai." As the shinobi proceeded to say, she gave me the kunai to her as she took the kunai. Her eyes narrowed. Abnormally long tongue. She watched the grass kunoichi go back to her team. Her suspicions were, well, obviously there. She didn't fully trust anything. Then she proceeded to say very well. Then she turned away from the blonde, walking forward. Alright, your missions. Alright, here's a test for you. It's all quite simple, actually. She pulled out 2 scrolls from her pocket. This is an earth. This is an earth scroll. She's pointing at the blue scroll. The blue scroll with an earth kanji. And this is a heaven scroll. She pointed at a white scroll with the heaven kanji. If you want to pass, you'll need to collect a heaven and a earth scroll. Each of you will be given one, but it's your job to find the other. And how you find it, well, There's plenty to go around. I'm sure one of you can take the other scroll. And once you get both, you may go all the way to the center of the forest, and you turn them in to pass. She proceeded with a grin, smiling. But don't open either. You'll immediately fail. She proceeded to smile. Make sure you watch out for all the little critters out there. They're quite famished. She proceeded to look her lips, grinning. The blonde was still spaced out. Now, each one of you come get a scroll. Or send a reputation of one of your teammates for your team. Each one got a scroll. Team 7 proceeded to notice that they got an heaven scroll. Huh. You got a heaven scroll. Nice. So we need an earth scroll, you just said. The boy proceeded to blink, finally kicking out of his daze. Right. He's a super scout. So, how does it feel? Huh? What? You know what I'm talking about. Hey. He proceeded to try to say something, but his ear was pulled by Ria's. Focus, she simply said. I am focusing. Alright. We need both scrolls, so... She proceeded to look around, noticing all the other teams. Each one of us has either one or the other. Anka proceeded to smile. And oh yeah, you'll have a week to get both scrolls and to make it through to the middle. If you don't, well, good luck. You better be prepared to fight and kill for it. Because everything else in there is going to be willing to kill you. So, to pursue the smile, you best get ready. All the teams proceeded to get into race stations towards the, entered numbers. As the moment that she snapped her fingers and said, go, they all launched into the trees. T7 proceeded to fly forward. Ria's proceeded to pause. As they continued moving forward, they were tree hopping for a few minutes until they needed to stop. Alright, as she simply said, turning towards them. On our own, we may not be able to get one, so we need to search for one at least. Ria perceived some of her familiar. The familiar proceeded to appear. The familiar immediately understood the command and flew off. The others summoned their own, and they also left. The blonde proceeded to blink. Where your familiar was going. Look for scrolls. Earth one specifically. The blonde blinked, nodding and understanding. Duccia proceeded to watch. While they look, we continue moving forward. Sarker proceeded to nod. Yeah, but wouldn't it be better if each familiar would have something to back them up? Like firepower. Riz proceeded to think about it. Maybe. Riz turned towards the blonde. Can you make several shadow clones? The blonde paused. Why? Because yours would be good in numbers. The blonde proceeded to blink. He shrugged. Okay, why not? He proceeded in the crowd. Shadow clone jutsu, making about 100 clones, and each one ran off with each familiar, and some didn't go with familiar at all, and just went a random direction. Okay, I have 100 clones dispersed around. Now what? Reese proceeded to say we continue moving forward. The boss simply nodded and shrugged. Well, okay. They all proceeded to continue moving forward. The deeper they got into the forest of death, the more unnerved they all felt, like they were being watched by a predator. The blonde couldn't help but feel on edge. Uchiha's grip on Yamato was turning his knuckles white. Every jump felt like they were falling into a trap. He stopped and looked around. All right, we need to pause. Okay. Looking at them all, Sasuke proceeded to speak. All right. We're going to need a password. A password for all of us, for each other. They raised an eyebrow, looking at each other and then looking back. A password, Rhea simply said. Uchiha simply nodded. Yeah. A password. Something that's easy to remember. The blonde proceeded to blink. For what? For when time comes that anyone can disguise themselves as one of us. We need to be prepared. And we need to understand and also know if it's one of us that's been replaced. Uchiha proceeded to look at them all. Here's the password. From darkest nights, from strike to none, a shinobi waits. Do not go for a quick finish, no. They wait. They hold. They stay low. And when the time comes right, that is when it's time for a shinobi to strike. He proceeded to look at them all. All of them proceeded to understand the code simply. The blonde proceeded to blink once or twice. Can you say that again? Issa proceeded to say, yeah, this one more time. Sakura proceeded to sigh. You two didn't listen at all, did you? No, I heard it, Issa says. I just need to go over it again. You know? Just to make sure I got it all right. I didn't understand it one bit. Naruto simply said calmly. Sakura, tell him. Sakura said he retorted the code. Issa nodding. Alright, I got it down. It's shinobi time. The blonde simply rubbed his head. Yeah, I got it. Rios proceeded to raise an eyebrow. Are you sure? Yeah, I got it. I totally got it. They continued moving forward after that. All of them proceeded to move. The blonde proceeded to continue, but then he paused. And then he realized, I need to go. They all turned towards him, looking confused. What? I need to go pee. He said quietly. I didn't get a chance to use the restroom before. Sakura's face proceeded to scrunch up in annoyance and slight disgust. You're kidding, right? No. It'll be quick, I promise. We're going to move up ahead. Not too far, but we'll move up ahead so you can catch up. The blonde simply nodded. They continued moving forward, slowing down their pace quite largely. The blonde made his way to find a bush. Finding one, he proceeded to relieve himself of the excess. Yeah, that one felt nice. As he zipped himself up, he proceeded to pause, hearing something. What the? He slowly lifted up his head to see a giant snake. The snake proceeded to look at him for a moment, and then it struck. The blonde proceeded to immediately leap from where he was standing. He proceeded to bound away. What the heck? Giant snakes? Oh, I knew it was too good to be true. He proceeded to bound, running. The snake followed him with predatory grace. It was aimed for him. Hey, I'm too small. I'm bite-sized, literally. He dodged it again. The snake was getting closer. Drake proceeded to say, "That's no ordinary snake," within his mind. Huh? Then what is it? It has to see some sort of familiar or summoned creature. No snake would hunt you down, especially if you're a human. There's no nourishment for that. The bond proceeded to blink, realizing it is wasting a lot of time chasing him anyways. That means someone's trying to get rid of him. He proceeded to leap bound over the snake and proceeded to pull Ebony and Ivory and proceed to fire at it. The snake proceeded to turn the bullets right into its body. Bullet holes proceeded to pierce through as he completely filled it up with bullets. He landed on a branch looking, and then poof, it went. Huh? A summon, as he thought. He proceeded to look around, pausing. That was a summon? So that's what it looked like. That means someone's wanted me gone, but who? I'm not sure, Drake said. But if I were you, I would get back. I just felt Albion being awakened once again. Sasuke, the blossom said, immediately summoning the boosted gear upon his left arm. Boost! As the gauntlet cried out. He proceeded to bound forward at a faster speed. Someone's attacking my team. He realized, and they used me as a bait. He bounded forward faster than before. Boost! His speed doubled. His grip, he switched, putting Ebony away, rushing forward at faster speeds. It took him at least a minute and a half to arrive. Uchiha was dodging some snake kunoichi from earlier, but she was attacking him. She slithered upon a branch, Uchiha dodging her yet again. She watched him with predatory interest. Uchiha backed up. Divine was activated. Albion's wings were clearly there. There they were. Divine dividing. Sasuke. Such interesting power. Uchiha's eyes narrowed. What do you want? I desire one thing from you. To give you what you want. Power. Albion proceeded to speak. Something about to seems off as he spoke within his mind. What do you sense, Albion? This one is a two-faced. They are not what they seem. Be careful. I'll lend you my full power and assistance that you could possibly access. Sasuke proceeded to simply understand. Thank you, Albion. You are truly a worthy partner. Uchiha's respect for the White Dragon Emperor proceeded to grow. Albion was truly a partner like none other. This made him value him even more, not just for the fact of his power, but for the fact that he was going to stay by his side through the whole way. That's something he can admire. Maybe a close friend already forming. He proceeded to draw upon Yamato, the blade gleaming with demonic energy. Orochimaru's eyes narrowed. Something about that katana seemed different. Before he knew it, the Chio was already blurring forward. Orochimaru proceeded to slither, but the Uchiha proceeded to slash right into his arm flying. Sasuke proceeded to put Yamato back within sheath. He proceeded to gasp, looking, Sasuke. What mighty power you have. It looks like I must take this more seriously. As Orochimaru's mouth proceeded to open, the man proceeded to finally remove this disguise of his. As he regurgitated himself, and proceeded to smile. Mmm, there you are. You proceeded to look, allow his long tongue to flick. Yes, you do well. Show me more, Sasuke. He lunged forward at faster speeds. Uchiha seemed to react. Divide! Orochimaru's speeds were divided in half. The chakra that he used to propel himself forward was cut. What is this? My chakra. Before he knew it, Uchiha was already flying forward himself. Yamato blurring as a slash. He swooped, cut through the middle of his chest, down to his side. He proceeded to move, moving like a serpent. He lunged forward yet again. The Uchiha's wings took him, taking up flying. He was able to dodge, so he had aerial status also. Taka proceeded to remember Divine Dividing gave him aerial superiority. He proceeded to use that to his advantage. He proceeded to use several judgment cuts. Orochimaru proceeded to dodge each and every one. He's faster than he seems. That will shrink the area that he's on. Sasuke proceeded to his left hand as the branch that he was on proceeded to shrink due to him using his dimensional warp ability from Divine Dividing. Orochimaru's eyes widening, noticing this. Interesting. He's warping the area's surroundings with his raw chakra. What a unique ninjutsu. I must know it. Ooh, Sasuke, you have interested me. But I need to know, do you have what it takes? He proceeded to lick his lips. Uchiha's eyes proceeded to follow along, trying to follow him. He was having a little bit more trouble. His breathing was heavy. His blood loss was a lot bigger than he thought it was. But holding Yamato, its powers, it was in having Albion's power. They were keeping him calm-headed for now. He can withstand my bloodlust. Interesting. You notice the others, they were doing a little bit, not as good as Uchiha, but somewhat at the same range. Azio was simply shivering. Very well. He proceeded to bite his thumb, going through hand signs, summoning jutsu. A large serpent proceeded to appear right below him. Let's see, Sasuke. He launched himself forward, grinning madly, as he was ready to see if he was worthy of it. The Uchiha proceeded to blur forward, blurring to the side. Being on a branch, he proceeded to send a larger judgment cut. The judgment cut proceeded to slicing into a branch below. The serpent proceeded to dodge, moving to the tree, quickly aiming for the Uchiha. But a sound of a gun fired, and then the snake's tongue was completely torn as someone proceeded to land, breathing. Finally arrived. The bomb proceeded to grin. Hey, Timmy, you good? The Uchiha proceeded to look. He flew towards him, landing beside him. Better. The others were simply frozen. The Barn looked at the others. They were slightly banged up, but they were fine. The Barn proceeded to notice eyes as she was shaking. His eyes narrowed. His glare darkened. He's scaring Azia. The Uchiha proceeded to notice also. Gasper and Azia were shaking. His glare also darkened also. He was fond of the girl. She was kind-hearted. A kind-hearted soul that reminded him of his mother, Mikoto. He turned towards Adobe. You ready? Yeah. Whenever you are. The Uchiha proceeded to do hand signs. The blonde proceeded to grab Rebellion's hilt. The Uchiha proceeded to say, fire style. Fireball jutsu! Launching a massive fireball. The orange ball of flame proceeded to rush forward at Orochimaru. Orochimaru noticed this, simply smirking. His snake proceeded to go around the flame, but they were gone. What is this? The two, before he knew it, his snake was cut into pieces, then even smaller pieces. The two were already right behind him, their blades, holding each of their blades in a hand. The blonde proceeded to say, it looks like I gave some chopped spaghetti. That doesn't make any sense. I thought it was funny, the blonde simply said. The two proceeded to look back. Orochimaru's stomach was gone. He proceeded to look at them interested. Unique. I have a dragon shot. I can have a dragon shot ready in a few moments. You want me to blow this guy straight to hell? Dude, Uchiha proceeded to shake his head. No. Save your boost. Keep stacking them. Get stronger. Let's work together. The boss simply nodded. Right. This guy's no joke, is he? No. He's strong. He's Orochimaru, the Sonic. The blonde proceeded to blink. The Sonic? The legendary 3 Sonic. The students of Lord Third. The blonde proceeded to realize, oh, those 3 ninjas. He proceeded to look at Orochimaru. We're out of our league, aren't we? Yes, he's toying with us. As Sasuke simply said, it's obvious. If he wanted us dead, we would have been dead. We would have been dead. So he wants something. The blonde proceeded to look at his gauntlet, then dividing. Do you think he wants the sacred gears? Or sacred gears? The Uchiha's eyes narrowed. Something of a possessive but righteous fury. If he's gonna want it, it's over my dead body. I'm not giving up Drag, the blonde simply said, glaring also. Or maybe he wants the blades. He's not having them either. Uchiha in the blonde's eyes narrowed. Both eyes starting to glow soft blue. Uchiha's glowing blue, a soft blue, while the blonde's glowed a brighter blue. Let's get him. Virgil. The two proceeded to take one step forward, and then they vanished. The two proceeded to move at faster speeds. Orochimaru noticed they're faster, much faster. What is this power? The blonde proceeded to come in for overhand strike, coming down. Orochimaru proceeded to bound back. The strike proceeded to completely tear through the whole tree below him. What is this? This power. The blonde rushed forward. The Uchiha was already behind him. With a stabbing strike, he proceeded to dodge his serpentine movements. The two were fast, incredibly fast. Their sword skills were impressive. But he was still able to react to them. Still able to watch. He proceeded to back away, kicking away the blonde first. The blonde cried out, "Damn it!" He proceeded to fly back. The blonde proceeded to fix himself immediately, run up on a tree. Boost! Boost! His speed doubled. He blurred once more, flying forward. He proceeded to throw Rebellion like a boomerang. The blade spun, destroying the branch underneath. Orochimaru simply leaped away, landing upon a branch, but Sasuke used a judgment cut, cutting the branch into smaller bits. He proceeded to use that as he disappeared into the wood. Both of them, look. The Rebellion proceeded to return back to his hand. Naruto proceeded to look around. Where did he go? The Uchiha proceeded to wonder. Damn it. Alvin proceeded to speak. Behind you! Sasuke's eyes widened. His Sharingan finally noticed. He turned around. turned around immediately to see Orochimaru. His neck extended. He did. As he proceeded to jump back using Yamato. The moment that Orochimaru bit into the blade, a demonic aura flared from the blade, stronger than before. The blade's sharp cutting power increased dramatically. He proceeded to hiss out sound as his teeth were bleeding badly. What is this? Uchiha proceeded to breathe. That was new. He proceeded to look at Yamato. It didn't have a single crack, no scratch, no nothing. Still elegant, still as powerful. He gripped the blade. If he wanted to beat him, he needed more. More of its power. Orochimaru proceeded to watch. The blonde proceeded to bound. He was ready. Ready when you are. Sasuke proceeded to notice something was off about him. His features were more crazy. His whisker marks were thicker. He had poking, growing fangs. His eyes were red, slitted. His hair was wild. The blonde glared. Ready? His voice was a lot more aggressive, with a growl. Uchiha proceeded to respond. You ready to kick him? I'm ready to take him out fully this time. No holding back. Both of their eyes proceeded to gleam with power. Both Rebellion and Yamato's demonic auras flared in response. As the willpower of both of their sacred gears, Dre's voice boomed out. Third liberation. The boosted gear proceeded to change, changing form. Several golden spikes upon the back of the gauntlet proceeded to extend. And a second gem proceeded to poke out from the very edge, very back. Divine Dividing's wings proceeded to grow in size, doubling. More membrane proceeded to appear, glowing brighter, becoming more armored. The two whose power proceeded to flare as the cries of "Boost! Divide! Divide! Boost!" as the two blurred forward, faster than before. Orochimaru proceeded to notice this. What? They're faster than before! The blonde proceeded to rush in overhead sweep, cutting his midsection off, completely tearing through. The blood proceeded to spurt from Orochimaru's, his eyes widening. This can't be! This... Before he knew it, Yamato was plunged through him completely. Ugh. Sasuke proceeded to spin around, tossing him away as Uchiha hand proceeded to glow with magic. Naruto! As he shouted, the blonde charged with dragon cannon. Both draconic energies glowed, one blue, one crimson. Both fired. Dragon shot. Supremacy blast. The fire proceeded to fly forward. The energy just proceeded to crash. Boom! A large explosion rocked the area. The two proceeded to land. Issei proceeded to say, did they get him? Reese proceeded to say, I don't know. I'm not sure. The two proceeded to watch, noticing that he was a husk. His body was a husk. He did that weird thing again, the blonde simply said. Uchiha's eyes widening, looking around. Where did he go? Abi and Drake proceeded to expand their senses. They couldn't detect him. But then Drake seemed to shout within Naruto's mind. Behind you, partner! Huh? He turned around immediately to see Orochimaru. Orochimaru's fist embedded within the blonde. He proceeded to gasp out. Blood proceeded to splurt from his mouth. He immediately was flown forward, up into a tree, as he crashed through several. He appeared right behind. You were too slow, Ninetales. He felt another pain. This time another fist within his chest. Being flown back, crashing to the ground. A tongue wrapped around his throat. He proceeded to struggle. But he was ready to swing rebellion. Yet again, a grip was on his right arm. On my gauntlet arm. Very interesting indeed. But I can't have you ruining my plans. Let go of me, you freak! He proceeded to snarl, his red eyes glowing. The Nine Tails. Boost! As Rig's energy proceeded to flood the blonde. His good proceeded. Felt like he needed to use quickly. The blonde's strength increasing rapidly with every boost. The blonde snarled, growling. He was starting to get free. His hand decided to light up with chakra flames. Orochimaru lifted the seal on the blonde's stomach. 5-pronged seal! He slammed the seal immediately. He felt the seal, the blonde's eyes widening.